don't you think men really like intelligence more when it comes right down to it?
Please, are we gonna go back?
Johnny Carson was the king of late-night TV for over 30 years. Everyone loved his charm, quick wit, and smooth style. But behind that friendly smile, Johnny had some serious clashes with friends, guests, and even family. The Tonight Show wasn't always fun and games. Sometimes, it was full of real drama and intense arguments. Let's look at some of the most intense moments that showed a side of Johnny Carson most people never saw. For more than 20 years, Joan Rivers was more than just a guest on Johnny's show. She was like a student to a teacher, and Johnny helped her get started in late-night TV. She even guest-hosted the show and was seen as the perfect person to take over when Johnny retired. But in 1986, everything changed. Joan got a chance to host her own late-night show on Fox, which was a big deal because she would be the first woman to do that on a major network. The problem was, she didn't tell Johnny before the news got out. Johnny felt betrayed. When Joan tried to explain, Johnny slammed the phone down and never spoke to her again. This wasn't just a professional break, it was personal. Joan was heartbroken, losing not just a mentor, but someone she really looked up to. She was banned from The Tonight Show for 26 years, only coming back after Johnny was long gone. This fight changed how people saw Johnny. He wasn't just the nice guy on TV, he could be cold and unforgiving. Johnny's friendship with Don Rickles was different. They loved to joke and insult each other, but one night things got real. Don accidentally broke Johnny's favorite wooden cigarette box. The next night, Johnny walked right onto Don's sitcom set during filming, holding the broken box. The audience was shocked. Johnny asked Don, "You broke my box, didn't you?" Don tried to joke his way out of it, but Johnny was serious and funny at the same time. It was all live and not planned. This moment showed Johnny's quick thinking and how he could turn real irritation into comedy gold. It was a reminder that even close friends weren't off limits when Johnny was in charge. But not all fights ended with laughs. Wayne Newton, the famous Vegas singer, was often the target of Johnny's jokes. Johnny made fun of Wayne's looks and even hinted at mob connections. Wayne kept quiet at first, but when Johnny joked about Wayne losing a casino deal because of the mob, Wayne snapped. He went to NBC and confronted Johnny in person, warning him to stop or else. It was serious, and some say it almost got physical. Johnny backed off right away, and Wayne's name disappeared from the jokes overnight. This showed that Johnny knew when to stop, especially when the jokes got too personal. Raymond Burr, the actor from Perry Mason, had a different kind of problem with Johnny. Johnny often made jokes about Raymond's weight. At first, Raymond asked the producers to stop, but the jokes kept coming. After his second appearance on the show, Raymond refused to come back. He didn't make a big scene, just quietly walked away. This was a silent protest against jokes that felt hurtful, not funny. It showed that Johnny sometimes didn't realize when his humor crossed the line and hurt people. In 1980, the New York Times published a story saying Johnny made $25 million a year, the highest ever for a TV star. Instead of ignoring it, Johnny used his monologue to attack the paper. He said the story was unfair and that they invaded his privacy. This was a rare moment when Johnny showed real anger on TV. People were surprised to see him so upset. It was clear Johnny cared a lot about how people saw him, and he wasn't going to let anyone make him look greedy. Johnny's personal life wasn't easy either. At his 25th anniversary party for The Tonight Show in 1987, Johnny had a huge fight with his son Rick. They argued loudly in front of many people, including NBC bosses and celebrities. The fight was about years of problems between them. Johnny was very focused on his career and had a tough time connecting with his family. Sadly, Rick died in a car accident a few years later, and they never made up. This fight showed a very human side of Johnny, someone who struggled with family just like anyone else. Jacqueline Susann, the author of Valley of the Dolls, had a famous moment with Johnny too. On her show appearance, Johnny made some rude jokes about her books and even her looks. She didn't laugh it off. After the show, she threw a cocktail right in Johnny's face at a party. Everyone was shocked. Johnny didn't say a word. This bold move showed that sometimes Johnny's jokes had real consequences, especially when they hurt people personally. In 1984, Vanessa Williams became the first African-American Miss America. It was a huge moment for diversity. But Johnny made a joke that night implying her win was just for show, which many people found offensive. Vanessa was hurt by the joke, and it started a big conversation about race and respect. Johnny never really apologized publicly, but he did stop making jokes about her. This moment showed that even Johnny's humor had limits, especially as society was changing. After years of silence, Joan Rivers came back to The Tonight Show in 2014, invited by Jimmy Fallon. It was a big deal because of their long feud. Joan talked about how much it hurt when Johnny cut her off and how important he was to her early career. The reunion was emotional and showed that even the toughest fights can sometimes be healed with time. It reminded everyone that behind the jokes and arguments, there were real feelings. Johnny's last show in 1992 ended with a surprise argument. A younger comedian said Johnny's style was old-fashioned and that new hosts were changing late-night TV. Johnny didn't take it lightly. He defended his work passionately, saying his influence would last. The debate was intense but respectful. It was a perfect ending for a man who never backed down from a challenge and cared deeply about his legacy. Johnny Carson wasn't just a funny guy on TV. He was a complicated man with strong feelings and fierce pride. His career was full of unforgettable moments, not just laughs but also real fights and drama. These stories remind us that even the biggest stars have their tough times, and sometimes the best stories happen when the cameras aren't rolling. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories like this.